guys, I'm April Harris with Seachem Laboratories, and welcome to Reef A Palooza 2016. I'm going to talk about a few of our new products here. So first we're going to talk about our reef reactor. We've got two different sizes of the reef reactor. We've got the medium and the large. The main difference in this is just going to be the actual piece size of the media regarding whatever size reactor you have, what your preference is. You could mix and mingle these, you can mix them up, use both, or you can use one size or the other. This is going to be your basic calcium reactor media. So what it's going to do as you inject CO2 in, you're going to dissolve the media and release all those good nutrients. So you're going to get a really nice boost in calcium, alkalinity, as well as magnesium and other trace minerals from this media as you reduce that down. So it's really nice. You can pair it along with a dosing system. So if you're already dosing some of our supplements, you can use this in conjunction with that, or these are a standalone. You can use these in order to release nutrients into your system, which are going to sustain that system long term. It's really nice if you have a really high consumption system with a lot of SPS, LPS corals, or large clams. They like to suck those nutrients right out. So this is going to really help you get a nice boost without over supplementation in your system. That also helps reduce precipitation from oversaturating with a lot of those supplements. So this is a great new item for keeping all your systems, kind of even keel. So next we're going to roll on over to the Phosphiltrum. We do have quite a few new phosphate removal products. Phosphiltrum is going to be one of the highest removal capacity on the market. So this is going to be a straight granular ferric oxide, GFO, as most of you guys know it as. And this is going to be, you can use it in a pouch, you can use it in a reactor. Of course, if you're using it in a reactor, make sure that you're not tumbling it too wildly. For those of you that like to tumble your media, one benefit of the Phosphiltrum is going to be that it is the most solid and tough of the GFOs. It's got a nice dark coffee color, so it's not going to be as red as some of those other ferric oxides on the market. So that's going to be a really nice feature for removing phosphates and silicates from your system. Next, we've got our Pure Filtrum. This is going to be comparable to our Purigen product. So if anybody's ever used Purigen for organic removal, this is going to remove all of those dissolved organics from the water. So everything before it breaks down into ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate, this is really just going to suck those nutrients out of the water for removal. This is really great for controlling things like cyanobacteria, detritus, sludge, things like that. That's going to be a really nice way to remove dissolved organics just by placing something in your filter. This does have a higher removal capacity even than our own Purigen. So for every 100 milliliters of product, you can treat 115 gallons of water. And it is regenerable, so you can regenerate that anywhere from 6 to 10 times. So you really get a nice lifelong lifespan out of that product. So moving over to Biogen. Biopellets are a little bit of more of a new product on the market. They've been around for a little while, but not a lot of people actually understand what they do. We have our product Biogen. So Biogen is going to be a carbon-based biopolymer, or a bioplastic, so to speak. What happens is this acts as a medium for your bacteria to grow on. So you can use bacterial supplements, or bacteria will naturally colonize. As this bacteria grows, it will consume the media itself. So this media will break down, and as it does that, it's also going to be consuming nitrates and phosphates from your system. And let's face it, nobody wants a high buildup of nitrates or phosphates in their tank. So what this does, it's going to give you a nice natural way of removing those. One thing to keep in mind with a biopellet is you do want to keep this tumbling. So you're going to use this in a reactor and just keep that lightly tumbling in the system. And it's kind of like a set it and forget it kind of thing. You just let this go, let the bacteria do its work, and remove those nitrates and phosphates in the meantime. So next I'll talk about some of our new stainless steel tools. We've had quite a few different varieties of tools already on the market for some time. We've added a nice little grouping of maintenance tools for reef aquariums especially. We've got our 45-degree forceps. These are going to be great for getting in and around rock work, inside of corals. A lot of times if you have a nice big branching colony, you want to be able to get something from in there. This is a great tool to get around those crevices. Our crescent coral cutters. These guys are going to be awesome for your colonies of especially acropora species that have really thick branches. This is going to be a heavy-duty tool for fragging those corals. We've got our double curve forceps. Again, just like the 45-degree forceps, these are going to allow you to get into tight spaces that you couldn't otherwise get into with a bulky, straight forcep. Here's some of my personal favorites, the scalpels. These are really good for fragging either soft corals or even scraping off necrotic tissue from your hard corals. So if you have any kind of dead tissue or something you need to remove, these are great for getting in there and getting that dead tissue off. And then our picks. I actually really like to use these for acroporas. Before I dip them, I want to get those cool little acro crabs out of there so I can put those back on the colonies later to help with cleaning and maintaining them. Those guys like to hide down in the crevices and the cracks of those corals, so I use these picks to scoot them out of there to safety before I dip, so that way I can put them back on the colony later on. So those are going to be some of our new tools. These are all available on the market now. These guys are awesome. And then we also have some of our new flake foods. So the flake foods have been out, the NutriDiet flakes. We have recently incorporated probiotics into the food. Probiotics will help with producing a less waste and more productive waste in your fish. It also helps boost immune systems where you can fight off infections much easier. And the flakes themselves actually have a better structure to them. So you're going to get a lot less flaking and crumbling because of the actual structure of the flake. These guys are really nice as well. So again, I'm April Harris from Seachem Labs, and thanks so much for joining us today and learning about all our new products. And enjoy Reef A Palooza 2016.